Hello, good friends. This is our concluding video for the season of the spiritual life. And I do want to say a few things, just personal things. Before I begin, I have to tell you this story. So today was a snow day, and that's great for me. Well, not great, but when there's a snow day is my opportunity to record because I can't do much and there's no school, there's not a lot of people. This is the day for me to record. So when I saw that there was going to be a snow day, probably the last one of the season, I thought to myself, great, I can record the last episodes of the spiritual life. And I get everything ready, get the cameras, and I have my documents ready, and I try to do my best. And as I'm about to record, hold on a second. I have been using these microphones all this time. I was just using them 2 days ago. I'm about to record, time is running up, and I put the one microphone and it doesn't work for some reason. So I go and buy a cable thinking that it's the cable, and it doesn't work. And then I try also the other microphone, and it also doesn't work. I have two microphones, and I try them with other computers, and I'm trying, and nothing works, and time is running up, and I was supposed to do the episodes, and there is like 2 hours now that I've been trying to work on this, and nothing's working. And so I had to go and buy a brand new microphone to make this work. And as I'm suffering through this, I'm thinking to myself, I really should be doing something else or giving up. But I didn't give up, because the important thing is, I don't know how much good this is going to do. I don't know how good of a content it is. But it's something good. I'm trying to do my best to please God. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to finish it. And I don't care if I have to plow through it. Why do I tell you all this story? It doesn't matter, really. But the reason why I'm telling you this story is because one of the most important things of this whole thing that I've said of the spiritual life is, don't give up. You've heard in the episodes many intense things and many ideals. You don't have to do them all at once. As a matter of fact, some of those things, you're just striving to get them. And we only get them at some point in our lives, maybe at the very end. The point is, if you find yourself faulty and lacking in virtue, and starting your spiritual practices and then dropping them, and then starting them again, and then dropping them again, don't give up. It might not work the first time. You might need to renew things. But you see what I mean? Don't give up. So as you're seeing these episodes and you hear all these things, and maybe you'll repeat them to kind of renew or memorize some of the things or write them down, take into consideration that this is the things that we're striving for. These are, we're seeing at the top of the mountain. We're not there yet. That's fine. It's fine if you're not on the top of the mountain, but at least you know where it is and you can continue walking towards it. So my dear friends, with the effort that we do for our spiritual life, let's never give up. It doesn't matter if we go up and down, as long as we're generally trying to move up. Ask advice of your priest. And I would like to emphasize that too. Anything that you see here, it's supposed to drive you towards the sacraments, towards the Mass, towards prayer, towards peace, towards happiness and love of God. If you notice that something of this is not happening, maybe you didn't understand it correctly, maybe I didn't say it correctly, the point is, go and ask your priest and tell him, is this the proper way to think about this or to understand it? And your priest will tell you, no, this is how it is and this and that. But the point is that it's supposed to draw you towards the sacraments, towards the church, towards the love of God, and towards peace and happiness. So my dear friends, if it helped you in any way like that, say a prayer for me, say a prayer for all of us, the priests and the religious and the sisters who put up with me making recordings. Say a prayer for all of us, and pray for all your brethren, all the ladies and men that are trying to strive also for perfection and sanctity. That is ultimately what we're all striving for. I thank you greatly for your patience in listening to this. I would appreciate your comments and suggestions. Please keep them benign. And I really expect your prayers. And I expect, most importantly, one day to see you in heaven and to be able to be thankful to one another. Maybe you'll see me in heaven and you'll say, Father, your things of the spiritual life didn't help me very much, but I still prayed for you. And I'll be very, very thankful for that. And or maybe you'll say, something did help me, so I'm thankful for that too. Again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your prayers. Keep your effort. Keep your struggle. Keep moving towards our Lord Jesus Christ and our Blessed Mother, to whom we commend these episodes and our efforts, so that she supplies with the treasures of her Immaculate Heart our shortcomings, our ignorance, and most importantly, our lack of virtue. This is your host, Father Carlos Cepeda, for The Spiritual Life, and God bless you.